What if I told you? The man your entire family laughed at, called a failure, a burden, was secretly living a life worth millions. What if the useless father everyone mocked was actually hiding a truth so powerful it could silence an entire room in seconds? And what if the day he died was the day everything finally made sense? Because what happened next wasn't just shocking. It was the kind of truth that destroys egos, exposes fake respect, and turns silence into the loudest revenge. This isn't just a story. This is proof that the quietest person in the room is sometimes the most dangerous one. My name is Ayaan, and this is my story. Growing up, I always felt like something was wrong. Not with my life, but with how people treated my father. In every family gathering, every wedding, every dinner, there was always one person everyone looked down on. My father. They never respected him. He couldn't achieve anything in life. We gave him a business, he ruined that too. He's just a burden. These weren't jokes. These were the words my own family used for him. And the worst part, he never said anything back. Not once. He would just sit quietly, smile a little, and stay silent. That silence used to make me angry. I remember one night after a family dinner. I couldn't hold it in anymore. "Dad, why do you stay quiet? Everyone insults you." He looked at me calmly, placed his hand on my shoulder, and said, "My son, not every word deserves a response." At that time, I didn't understand. To me, silence meant weakness. And slowly, I started believing them. Maybe he really was a failure. Maybe he really couldn't do anything. I hate saying this, but I was ashamed of my own father. Years passed. Nothing changed. We lived a simple life. No luxury. No big house. No expensive clothes. Just basic needs. And a quiet routine. Meanwhile, my uncles and cousins, they had everything. Cars, money, status, and every chance they got, they reminded us of it. Then one day, everything changed. My father passed away. No warning. No time to prepare. Just gone. The house felt empty. Not because of noise, but because of the silence he left behind. At his funeral, I expected at least some respect. But even there, people didn't change. Some whispered, "Poor man, his life was simple. His death was just as ordinary." I stood there, heartbroken. Was this really all he was worth? A simple man. A failure. Then suddenly, something happened. A black luxury car stopped outside. Everyone turned to look. 3 men stepped out. Formal suits, confident walk, serious expressions. They didn't belong there. One of them walked straight toward me. "Are you Ayaan?" I nodded. He shook my hand. "I'm sorry for your loss." Then he took out a sealed envelope and handed it to me. "This is for you." I looked at it confused. "From who?" He paused and said, "From your father." My hands started shaking. I opened the envelope. Inside was a letter. His handwriting. the same handwriting I hadn't seen in years. And then I read the lines. The line that changed everything. Backhand index pointing right, my son, if you're reading this. Then the time has come. Go to Dubai. Everything is waiting for you there. Dubai. Waiting. I didn't understand anything. The men didn't explain much. They just said, when you're ready, we'll arrange everything. For 2 nights. I couldn't sleep. So many questions. So much confusion. But one feeling kept growing inside me. Curiosity. Finally, I said yes. And a few days later, I was on a flight to Dubai. When I landed, one of the same men was there to receive me. No unnecessary talk. He drove me straight to a massive building. Glass walls. Luxury cars. Tight security. I felt out of place. We entered the building. Took the elevator to the top floor. And then, he opened a door. Inside, a room full of people. As soon as I walked in, they all stood up. In respect. For me. I froze. Confused. Nervous. One man stepped forward and said, "Welcome, Mr. Ayaan." No one had ever called me that. Then he said something that changed everything. Your father was one of the most respected consultants we've ever worked with. I couldn't believe it. Consultant. He nodded. For over 15 years. Your father worked with international companies. He helped businesses recover from losses, guided investments, and saved millions. My mind went blank. The same man, who was called useless, was actually saving companies, making millions. They showed me files, projects, reports, contracts, all with his name, his signature, his work, and the numbers were unreal. Millions. Tears filled my eyes. Not because of the money, but because of the truth. All this time, he wasn't weak. He wasn't a failure. He was just silent. Then a lawyer entered the room. He placed a file in front of me. Your father created a trust fund. I looked at him. How much? He replied, $8 million. Everything stopped. 8 million. For me. But the biggest realization wasn't the money. It was this. My father chose this life. He chose simplicity. He chose silence. He chose to stay away from people who never truly respected him. A few weeks later, I came back home. A few weeks later, I came back home. But I wasn't the same person anymore. News spread quickly. Soon, my family found out everything. About Dubai. About the money. About the truth. And suddenly, everything changed. Calls started coming. How are you, son? We are proud of you. We were always with you. I listened. Quietly. Then one day, they came to meet me. The same people who once laughed at my father, now sitting in front of me. With respect. With expectation. One of my uncles said, "Son, we needed some help. I looked at him. For a moment, I saw my father, sitting quietly, smiling. And then, I smiled too, just like him. And I said, "Now you remember who we are." Never underestimate a silent person. Some people don't show their strength. They reveal it at the right time. They reveal it at the right time. And by the time you realize their worth, it's already too late.